this trailer surprised me. On one hand, I'm very concerned about the story, but on the other hand, the trailer makes the movie look interesting, and I think it's mainly because they're expanding the Lion King world, specifically with the introduction of new lions. The original Lion King movie is an isolated story. You meet the majority of the characters in the beginning of the movie except Timon and Pumbaa, who you meet later on and are the only additions to the existing cast. The reason I think the 2019 remake was a flop, story-wise, financially did really well, was because it was a beat-for-beat copy of the 1994 movie without any additions regarding character or world expansion. When I did my rewrite of the 2019 remake, I added Zira to the story, which gave me the opportunity to explore the faction within the Pride, revealing that some of the other lionesses felt overlooked, specifically Zira, which Scar exploited and it caused the Pride to split as a result. This addition did not alter Simba's story, but just gave more insight to the characters. The comments I get for this video are always positive, which tells me that they like the addition. With that said, let's take a look at the trailer.
It's time. I'll tell you a story. A story of a cub, not much bigger than you.
So just to be clear, we're not in this story?
There's a lot of stories with all of us. Tell one of those.
Okay, I do not like this. They did the same thing with The Hobbit and I hated it. At the very least, they should have had Bilbo telling the story to Frodo when he was a little boy, but I personally don't think they should have done this at all, but that damn nostalgia. Also, where the f is Simba? After all, his father died when he was a cub. I'm sure he would love to hear a story about his father. Another thing that I'm concerned about with this form of storytelling is that I can't help but feel that Timon and Pumbaa are going to interrupt the story. Even if it's only 1 or 2 times, that's just one too many for me. If this is the case, I know I'm going to hate this movie just for that alone.
Long before they became legends, Mufasa and the prince who would come to be known as Scar became brothers.
Hello, what's your name?
Mufasa.
I told you to wait for me. We can't just leave him here.
Rules are rules, Tucker. The king will never accept us stray. I'm not a stray. I'm just lost.
We do not associate with outsiders. Tucker is the future king. We must protect the bloodline.
I knew it. I knew it. They're validating Scar. That's what I feel like it's leading up to. That Scar somehow got cheated and has a right to be angry. Unless they reveal that Mufasa was royal all along.
I have a secret, Mufasa. I always wanted a brother.
I always wanted a brother. I always wanted a brother.
Sometimes I get a scent. It's barely a trace on the wind. And it smells like home. Then it's gone.
You and Tucker together. That is home. Now both of you go. Find your place in the circle of life.
The circle is broken. There will be one Lion King.
Okay, I think I'm starting to piece the story together, and damn those lions. This trailer, it's pulling me in. I will watch this movie for the lion politics.
Mufasa, run!
We must fight together. If we fight, we die. Just to be clear, I never signed up for this.
I'm here to protect you, my brother.
Nope, get it the f out. It was cute that they did an animated movie about this, but do not insert Timon and Pumbaa into Mufasa's story. For the love of God, please don't do that.
Mufasa!
Wait, a thought just crossed my mind. This could be a comedy scene. This could be a skit where Timon and Pumbaa are recounting to Kiara what happened and are taking credit for Scar's downfall. Whatever the case may be, I don't want it in this movie. It'll be nothing but a distraction and it'll kill the pace of the story. You can give them a quick cameo, but damn it, not this.
This was a bad idea! We're alive! I did it! I saved us!
You were saying?
Okay, that was the end of the trailer, and it looks like they gave the lions more expression, so they learned their lesson from the last time, which is a good thing. Also, did you notice something was missing? No Pride Rock. I think I know what's going to happen, and it's deeply concerning me. The trailer revealed that Mufasa got adopted by Scar's family, hence them calling each other brother, and the trailer is really emphasizing on their relationship, which is a huge red flag. which I'll get to in a moment. I think what's going to wind up happening is Scar's pride is going to get attacked by the White Lions, and Scar and Mufasa are going to have to run away because obviously they would want to end the royal bloodline. Mufasa mentioned having a scent in the wind.
Sometimes I get a scent. It's barely a trace on the wind, and it smells like home.
I'm going to assume when they're outcasted, Mufasa's going to want to track down that scent, which would lead them to Pride Rock. Will this reveal he's royal? I have no idea. Rafiki said in the teaser,
A lion was born without a drop of nobility in his blood.
However, if Mufasa was royal in his own right, it would make the inevitable conflict between him and Scar make more sense. I'm assuming the White Lions are going to track them down to Pride Rock and they're going to fight over it, hence the scenes with the rocky terrain because the rest of the time they're mostly grasslands. It's a no-brainer that Mufasa will be victorious defending Pride Rock, and then comes the final conflict. Who will rule Pride Rock? Like I said earlier, this trailer is honing in on Mufasa and Scar's relationship and showing just how close they are, which means something's going to happen which is obviously going to permanently damage their relationship, and it's going to come in the form of a betrayal. This is my best guess, and I said this in my other video. When the fighting is over and it's time to decide who will lead this new pride, either Scar is going to speak up, or maybe one of the lionesses from his pride, if they're still alive. But if this turns out to be Mufasa's original home, he would clearly want to defend it himself. That's the only thing that makes sense, because why wouldn't he let Scar lead if he didn't have a connection to that place? I don't know if Mufasa or the White Lion will be the cause of the scar, but I'm leaning more towards the White Lion. Also, something else that could play a factor is if the White Lion plants some sort of seed of doubt or friction between the brothers. Something like, you may be brothers, but there can only be one ruler. That is the rule, the law, the creed, something along those lines. Or, if Scar is the only legitimate royal and they find out, they could pin Scar against Mufasa, claiming that Mufasa will take away his birthright, causing paranoia in Scar. Holy shit, I just realized something. They could also do the love triangle thing where they meet Sarabi and Scar becomes infatuated with her, but she's interested in Mufasa. Because in the 2019 remake, they made that clear that Scar was in love with Sarabi, even though it wasn't at all mentioned in the 1994 version. Whatever the case may be, I don't like it, because I'm afraid this will sour Mufasa's image and make Scar more sympathetic, and we don't need that given what the he did in the first movie. Scar killed Mufasa in cold blood and attempted to kill his nephew 3 or 4 times, if you really look at it. One, when he told Simba about the elephant graveyard, knowing the hyenas would be there because he set the entire thing up. The second time would be with the stampede. I assume Scar thought that that would kill him, but if it didn't, he had a backup plan, which was 3, he would sick the hyenas on Simba after Mufasa's death. And the 4th time, he and Simba would have a fight to the death over Pride Rock. If all those things weren't bad enough, let's go back to the 3rd murder attempt. I don't know if I talked about this in my rewrite, but when Simba discovers his father's body, he is clearly distraught over it, but what does Scar say about it?
Simba, what have you done?
And it only gets better from there.
There were wildebeest and he tried to save me. It was an accident. I didn't mean for it to happen.
Of course you didn't. No one ever means for these things to happen. But the king is dead. And if it weren't for you, he'd still be alive.
I don't know if you know just how uncomfortable this scene is and how beautiful of a written scene it is as well. Scar just killed his brother, and he took his time to make sure Mufasa knew why he was doing it, but not Simba. He does not reveal to Simba why he wants him dead and instead chooses to torment the poor cub. Scar blames him for Mufasa's death, and to twist the knife even further, he mentions his mother.
What will your mother think?
What am I gonna do?
Remember, Scar has every intention to kill Simba, but instead of getting it over with, he's making the choice to mentally torture Simba before killing him. Not because he has anything to gain by it, he's just doing it out of sick pleasure. The depravity that a character has to have to do this to a child with the intent to kill them afterwards. The whole point of this was to show just how evil Scar was and that there was no redeeming the son of a bitch. Given the trajectory Disney has been on regarding their male characters, I'm very worried that however they choose to reveal why Scar took the path he did, it's somehow going to taint Mufasa's legacy. I know you think I'm being paranoid, but given how Disney has treated its male legacy characters, it gives me pause for concern when their story is being altered or expanded upon. And Disney's not the only one to do this. Other studios are guilty of tampering with their male characters' developments. With that said, I hope I'm wrong. I hope this video ages poorly and the movie turned out to be great. When it comes time for Scar's villain arc to begin, I hope it's well thought out, well written, and well executed while keeping Mufasa's integrity intact. That'll be it for me, and let me know what you guys think. What did you think of the trailer? Are you excited or mortified? Thanks for watching, and like and subscribe!